lukker en forretning, og så begynder natsitiden dernede. Så det skal være rigtig god.
Kan du prøve at finde det?
Jeg har fundet den. Prøv at sende det der. Jeg kan godt huske, jeg har set forsiden.
Den lyder ved navn, den lyder bekendt.
Ja.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of those signals as long as you are at your own risk. We have two different market analyzers. The left corner here is a market analyzer for the swing trading. And as we see, we have a very good start this morning. We already hit all the targets on YM, NASDAQ, ES. We had an entry and targets hit. As an example, if you want to follow the swing trading, there is 4 different automated trade goes with that. Sell at 31.1850. You can use an ATM or fully automated. Target 31.1475. And this one here is 12 ticks from the last entry signal based on one contract. At the moment, we have 186 ticks based on the last entry contract, the last entry signal based on one contract. And the blue charts, now the Autotrade has already closed the trades once it hits the target. On the right corner, this is the scalping, also is the same story. It's an automated trade. And then you have a sell. I think we just got this new sell order. And you get the new signal here on the first column where it says a new signal. Also, you get the new signal on the first column here on the first the empty place here. It says a new signal. It gives you the direction of the market, and then it gives you the entry price and the target price. Very easy, very straightforward trading. This one here between the scalper, as you see here, we have a new signal. Sell 58.85 on the crude oil. Target 58.68. And as we see, this is the scalping is in the white chart. This is the scalping, and this is the Autotrade took that trade based from that signal on the CL. And right now we already accomplished our targets to the downside with the swing trading, and then we will be looking for a new signal on the swing trading and the scalping. It is a very easy, straightforward, no optimization required. Very good run. At the beginning, when the market's open, very good run at 9:30. This is very good, and we will see now. If you're thinking about taking a short trade on the swing trading, is a bit too late, so we are waiting on a long trade. There is a new signal on the Russell sell at 16.19.7. There is a new signal on the NASDAQ sell at 83.09.25. So the Autotrade take those trades. You can use a full automated trade, or you can use an ATM or an ATM strategy. You decide what you like, you can do. Very impressive move at 9:30, and we will be trying to whoever took those trades from our members, they are practically done for today. And for the swing trading, we are done on the short side. We cannot take shorts anymore, is about to be done. One of the very simple, if we look at the YM, if you look at those two yellow colors here, once the market hit between those two colors, the zones, this means you should not be taking a short trade anymore on this. It's become a very dangerous to trade it from. So We will be watching this market today and trying to pick up new signals. And at the moment, there is nothing to cover. All targets has hit to the short side, and we are looking for a long trade. Normally we start at 10 o'clock, and we'll go back and start going live on at 10 o'clock. Thank you. This is the new signal CL when we first started the webinar, and as we see here on the CL, we have the 5875 support area, and the trailing stops are based on the floor fibs, but in December month we get a lot of chops, so I use a manual. I can move it manually. That's why I like the ATM, in case if this market going back. Most of the time we have a chop market in December, and if the market decide to go further, okay, you see, this is the best way to do it in December months. Break even immediately, and because there is a lot of chops this month, and you are on the trade, all of a sudden the market turn around. If we look at the CL, for the CL traders, we had the short trade on the scalper, but if we look and examine the 1 minute crude oil, as we see how this market came into the 58.75 with the support area, confirming with the floor and fibs as well on the same line, and there is a double support area, pullback re-entry at 58.66, and a double projection. That area here, I'm trying to explain how we can find the directions on a daily basis, and how we can determine when the market it is shortable. We can short it or we can go long with it. And that's why I covered immediately the break even on the CL, because if we look at the CL from 58.75 all the way to the 58.60, that area here, you cannot trade that area from 58.75 to 58.60. You cannot trade it. So because there is a lot of supports, floor and fibs, entry signal, re-entry points. This is our system to, if you want to re-enter the market, and that is causing the CL refuse to go below the 58.75. which it happened the same thing yesterday on the ES and the day before on the ES as well. There is a new signal on the DAX sell 13,101, and so at the moment you cannot short the CL, and this is the new signal on the DAX. We just had a new signal on the DAX. The Autotrade took that trade. So we have to wait on the CL to give us a new signal, and I doubt it very seriously for that CL, the crude oil, able to break the 58.75 all the way to the 58.60 at the moment. So we need to wait till. So how are we going to approach the CL if the market keep what we do usually on cases like this, when there is a lot of a nasty area like this area here on the CL, whether it's an ES or anything, we just wait to see if this market break those level, and then you can nail it on the pullback re-entry short trade, which I doubt it very seriously that the CL is going to go below the 58.59 at the moment, 58.60. So we'll keep our eye on it, and once we have a new signal on the CL, if we are able to get a new signal on the CL, it's an automatic signal, then we are in the clear all the way to the 58.31, and we will keep our eye on it and see what we are able to accomplish. For the signal we had on the Nasdaq, we hit the double support area at 83.03, and let's see if this market able to break that area here. And it is very easy if the market is trending. You can turn your scalp into swing trading. And if we are breaking this double support on the Nasdaq from the scalper, very easy, we can go and drag it without disarming the auto trade. We can drag it to the next available support, which is 82.90, and that is a beautiful right. We have technically broke this double support area, and now we can extend it if we want to. Or if you want to leave it alone, you can leave it alone, and the auto trade, once it hits the target, will hit the target. So you can do it both of ways, and or if you want to, you can extend it, and then it will take that. We'll keep our eye on that one too. With the last signal on the 30-year Treasury bond, it is coming to his direction to the 58.01, so we're gonna leave this one alone. And of course, today is Thursday, should be smooth day today with the trading. I don't have to call every single trade. Again, guys, if you want to follow any of those trades, you wait on the signal on the first column for the scalpers. It says automated scalping trading or an automated swing trading. Now the total is 276 ticks based on one contract. On the swing trading and on the scalping is 203 ticks based on one contract. This is a totally different system. We are using a scalping this month. We're not using too much swing trading. And the Nasdaq, there's a new CL, a new signal on the swing trading, 58.61. You see, so we don't have to call the trades. You see where is the new signal? Sell 58.61, 58.19. And the scalper took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades, nailed 705. Our daily target is 500, but if the last trade is going your direction, it's gonna stay on that direction. So this is a total different scalping. Is called a scalper, and we hit the target immediately on that one and nailed 705. All those auto trade does not require any optimization, turn on, turn off basis. Forex, let's see the Forex today, what they're doing. The Forex, they are pretty much in the green. We have not much actually. It's only 36 pips on the Forex, and not much, but that's the way it is. Nothing we can do. So we are waiting on a buy signal on the ES Nasdaq Dow Jones for the swing trading. And of course, the scalpers, they generate a lot more trades. And the 30-year Treasury bond on just hit the target on the 30-year Treasury bond. It says in here, target hit. And we still in this Nasdaq trade on the scalping. And again, you can see there is a fib line, a support area at 82.99. Once we break the 82.99, we're going down to the 82.99, 90, I'm sorry. Okay, it seems like it's gonna break it. And this is what is nice. If you want to leave it alone, the system will exit at the target. And if you feel like you want to get a little bit greedy, then you can expand the target, and then and if the market is trending, nothing wrong with it. Just extend your target without even disarming the auto trade, and then and there we go. I mean, this is the trade of today, and now we turn the scalp into a monster trade. And you know what? If it's gonna give us more, let's try to see if we can get a little bit more out of it. So, you know, I doubt it. It's going to be 82.90. And if you get lost with the 15 second, we can always see where is the 1 minute. It's 89.75. So this is it. So I'm gonna take it to this area here. I shouldn't get that greedy with it, but this is it. So we have on the 1 minute, we can see it is 82. I mean, you know, if you want to get involved with the auto trade, it is pleasant to manage it. You just drag it a little bit further down and secure your profit. You can do that. You can increase your profit or secure more of your profit, and let the auto trade take in the trade. On the last entry signal with the Russell on the swing trading, we have exceed the target. The auto trade usually should have been closed, so we just extended to see if we can take any further direction on that one here. And I'm gonna close the Nasdaq on 82.90, and that will give us around $700. Look, the system, you see how the system is increasing it itself for you. You don't have to get greedy. Look at this. There we go. Bingo. Beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful trade. And the way the system extended the target is, even if you are a professional trader, you cannot aim it like how the system have by itself, when the market is trending, has extended the target, and you nailed the bread for today. And it is beautiful the way the auto trade extended the target automatically and got the most out of that trade. And you should be done with the Nasdaq. You should not be messing with it anymore. Okay, let's take the next one here on the swing trading. The Russell also is extended the target here, and this is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It cannot get any easier than that, really. Cannot. Beautiful trade, and we already hit ES and Nasdaq and YM long time ago. Just when the markets open, we went straight to the target, we hit it, and now we have, the system has increased the target a bit, and we're in and out in seconds, and this is very nice. So here is the situation now. The ES is not tradable to the short side anymore because they just hit between those two yellow lines. This is a very dangerous zone to go farther short in this area here. That's okay. And now we might experience a pullback. You know, when there is a pullback, the scalper is going to be your best friend, because it's going to predict an early prediction where you need to enter your target. And this is a really very good, where we can get benefits from the sell entry. Like now we are done with the trade, and now when the market start, there is no way you can go short in this area anymore. It's too dangerous. And now when the market start to recover from that drop, absolutely the scalper will pick up the long trades, and you can treat it as a reversal, you know, if you want to. But this is really good. And as we see, after we hit the target on the Russell, we have the reversal indicators indicate it is over, and it is in the yellow lines. If you look at the yellow, once the market goes in the yellow lines, you just go ahead and turn a long trade, and most of the time it is a winner trade. So even if it is a little bit expensive, you can do that on the micro account. Once you see the market hit between those two yellow lines, those fibs, this is a dead zone. This is a dangerous area here. You click buy on the micro account and leave it, you know, plus minus 5 ticks or something, if you are scared to do any reversal, and the market eventually is gonna go up. If this market pulling back is going back to the 31.12.25. So, and this is it could be reconsider short out the market in this area. So be careful right now. Let's don't get excited with ahead of time. Let's take one step at a time to see how this market behave, and then we can react on it. The same story on the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq hit between those two yellow lines, so there is the trend to the downside is over, and then as you see here, there is the trend exhaustion. It is the market hit between those two yellow lines, the trend exhaustion fire in the other direction, and then supported confirming by a double a reversal signal. Those are not a repaint reversal. So this party is over to the downside. That might drag it for a few ticks up and down, but it is over. The party on that one is over. And let's look at the the same story on the Russell. Come in between those two yellow lines, and then we have a reversal signal, and then the market is going back. For the ones who don't know the system here, the trailing stops is the floor and fibs. Everything is about fibs, and this is a resistance line where you see the trailing stop. Those are resistance line. So it's not confusing. It is a very, very friendly use. At the moment, we have 560 ticks on the swing trading based on one contract, and we have around 500 ticks based on a scalping. You cannot do any better than that. And so we will be waiting on a long trade. And if you are interested in the long trade, keep your eye on the first column here. The scalper, it will be the first one to start taking a long trade. If you don't know how to reverse the market, you can reverse it when the scalper give us the buy signal. Then you can scalp the market, and of course I will highlight it for you. For the ES, you gotta be very careful not to go long on the ES. You can go long in this area here, that's very fine, but you should not go long, or if you have an auto trade, do not let the auto trade, or you are a manual trader. First of all, you can take a long here in this area, is very fine, but you gotta understand to stop around 31.10. You gotta stop, and there is no way at the moment that ES is going to break that 31.14.75 all the way to the 31.16. This is a very, very thick line. It's gonna be require a lot of news, a lot of buyers to break that area here. So there is two options for the guys outsider, non-members, if they want to take the ES or they are an ES trader. You can take a long trade in this area here. You have to understand there is a re-entry point at 11.75 short. There is no long on the ES at the moment. There is no a long trade on the ES at the moment. Okay, we have a new signal on the Russell buy, and we have the CL buy also. Again, guys, whoever traded long on the CL, it's not a happy ride. If you look at that system, we have a re-entry point at 31.0950. You don't have to deal with it. But the re-entry point short is going to be 11.75. You got to be careful with that. On the scalping, we got the CL. Is trying to deal with the resistance line at 58.82. This one here is over on the Russell. Nasdaq traders. There is no long on the Nasdaq, gentlemen. You have a re-entry point at 83.08. 83.08. Short trade. Don't go long even if the new signal come out on the swing trading at the moment. Buy. I will cover it because it is very important. Understand this is a pullback. If you are using a normal indicator, ATRs, something like this, it's gonna tell, or MACDs, it's gonna tell you go long. It's not even close to the long. It is just a pullback, and it's gonna stop at 31.0950 the ES, and then we can short it out from 11.75. Now we have the CL trying to break that 58.82. The next stop is 58.91. You see? You see where it says the ES? It's already on chart. You don't have to recalculate it. It came in one tick below that. But this is a re-entry short. Everything we do on the chart where people are going long in this area here, you are going the opposite direction, waiting to go short. There is nothing called long today on those two charts. We are going to break even on the CL for safety. And now we are done with that job here. We're done with it. We throw it on the other monitor. Either it's gonna hit the target or it's gonna knock us out. We're done with this job on this one here. Very simple, not complicated, and bring consistency to your trade. This is more important, to have consistency even on the December months when most of the traders shine away from trading in December. We still can manage to pick up a few ticks here and there, and if the market is trending, like what we have done with the Nasdaq, we can expand the target, and then it will be, we still can manage to survive even in the December months where there is most of the oldies, most of the guys that have been around the market long enough, they know better not to mess with December months. Most of them, they stopped trading from the Thanksgiving day and they closed their book for this year. Because in our experience for the last 20 years here, December months is a chop month, and everything drops. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can ruin your Christmas. So it is a very good month for somebody that's not been around long enough. It is a perfect time to do training in hard conditions like today or yesterday or Monday. and you shine your gears for January, and you start having a good year, start fresh with learning the tricks on a daily basis. I'll be quiet for a while, and look, as you see, what we said on the ES is exactly what we have said. We said long from that area when it was between those two yellow lines. We called the long trade for you somewhere around there, 3013, and we told you that there is a re-entry here. And if you don't want to take the re-entry, don't take it. We can force the market to take, we can take it from that area here around 1150 as a short. So don't even think about it. If the system right now, the swing trading, given us a long trade, wait till I give you the okay for it, because there is no long trade. And for the Nasdaq, this is your short trade on the Nasdaq at the moment is 82.9925. While the others are trying to go long, we are sitting waiting, because this market is going to surprise those guys, those amateur trading. Okay, with the scalper, we got the second chart. Boy, that's a lot of trades. The ES nailed 520. This is a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. But it hit it, on the ES. This is a total different system. So we have 2 charts hit the target. Okay. Don't let it fool you. The ES is a short from that area, gentlemen. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. YM, it is right there, your number. On the YM, sir, is around 27,27630 short, re-entry short. There is no long. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. I wanted to short from that area. I don't want to short from here. But look at this baby. It came in the first time, second time, third time, fourth time to the short trade from 82.9025. But I don't want to take it from here. I like to take it from there. This one here. It's very, very loud and very clear short from here. And look at this baby on the ES. This is the system where it tells you need to re-enter the market short, and it is right to the tick. This is where separate the boys from the girls. I'm going to stay quiet for a while, because there is no long trade on the ES Nasdaq at the moment, and you can okay, on the scalper we have a new signal buy on the scalper. It's going to push this market down few ticks. When you see the 30-year treasury bond on the scalper, even on the scalper buy, it's going to push a few ticks the future market ES Nasdaq Dow Jones. So this is also very nice indication what's going on in the market. Beautiful. Okay, we have the CL also hit the target. Oh, that was easy. It hit it a long time ago. Okay, that was easy. Started the first trade, 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 620. This is a total different system. This is not a signal. This is a total different system. And nailed. So this is the third chart already All of them on $500 daily target, and this one hit the target. Is done. Beautiful. Nice. Easy. Okay, and now we have, if I can move it, I have one chart is the top of it is above the monitor, so I cannot drag it. Okay, I'll try to drag it later. Okay, let's see. Beautiful. But we're taking it from here, folks, from that area here. Short again. And NASDAQ, beautiful, right to the tick on the resistance line, but I'm not interested in that entry here. I'm interested here. 8296.75 sell. If you want to follow, guys, it has to be on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. ES, 1 trade, 2 trade, 3 trade, 4 trade, 525. Nice. Done. A scalper. We usually cover the swing trading, but because of oh, yes, sir. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, sir. It's impossible to keep up with the news, 20 different charts, and talking to many people. And now on the scalper, when we had the buy on the market analyzer 1308, and as we see, the ES is trying to climb to the 3110, and as I told you, there's a short trade in there. Immediately we'll cover it. Now it is a free flight trade, so I will not go to the short because I know that is not gonna be a happy ending going long. So I'm covering myself and hiding it immediately. The trailing stop at the entry point, because I know at 1075, this is where I called for you short. And it's somewhere around there. Let me see if it changed. No, we're still on somewhere around the 12 or 1175 short. So as we see, there is a 1075 on the ES and 1225. I doubt it very seriously on that trade is gonna hit the 12, because I mean, if we are lucky if we can get the 1225 on that trade, really. We'll see. If we can cross the 10, which I doubt it, if we can cross the 1075 on that ES trade from the scalper, we are happy campers. Also for the NASDAQ, you see they come in both in the same time. Also the NASDAQ is coming, look, it's coming to this area. So if this ES break it, the NASDAQ is going to break, you know. And there we go. Beautiful. I doubt it that we are getting to the 1250 on the ES. I doubt it very seriously. So on a condition like this, you just move your trailing stop as soon as possible. Let's look at the NASDAQ to see what's going on with the NASDAQ. Also, there is a short trade on the NASDAQ, and this area here, I'm not buying it. This movement, I'm not buying it. Look, this is where we call the short for you. This is exactly where we call the short for you. So what we are going to do, I'm gonna protect it all the way up, and this is a short area here, and I'm not. Maybe you say it's so confusing. It's not confusing. It is. You can turn those auto trades fully automated, and you don't need to deal with it. But when you can examine what's going on, you will be surprised. You can increase your profit by 300-400%, and there is nothing wrong with that, and they are easy to manage. Just if you don't want to go on a high technical area, just watch those fibs, and when you see fib, be careful. Like now what we see on the NASDAQ, there is a fib, be careful. There is a double fib here, ain't gonna do it. And there we go. Cover yourself immediately, because this is not gonna happen, breaking a couple double fibs that easy. You're not gonna get off that easy crossing double resistance or double support. On the gold, also don't forget you are in a December month. It's extremely chop. Immediately cover yourself, because this market gets a lot of, cover yourself immediately. At least you don't have a red P&L, and try to minimize it. So like on the NASDAQ, there is a fib line here, and this is where we call short manually. I don't want to deal with that. So leave a little space between the price. If this market break that line and we can get 83.01, that will be great. I doubt it. So at least we are protecting some of the profit. And there we go. It's done. I don't want to deal with it. And here, what is this? The gold. It's a break even. I don't need to deal with it. My job is done with it. And as we see, Mr. ES here fell. And the DAX, we break even. All right. So this is where we told you, if you want to go short on a sim, go short on the sim. And this is the surprising where traders using indicators, by then they are, there we go, the market turn around on them. And this is where we told you to go short on the ES. And the market, it is working as supposed to be, As long as we do understand what's going on in the market, you cannot go wrong with it. Even in a December month, when most of the traders hide under a pillow on December months, they know it is a dangerous month if you don't know what you're doing. So one of the most question is, Sam, how to look at the market in the morning before I start auto trading. And this is a very simple. When you are looking at this, you get up in the morning and you see this market you missed this 100 tick trade on the ES, and now you come in, you want to trade, or you were busy in the morning, and what should I do in this area here? Well, as you see right now, the ES is stuck between support and resistance, stuck in that channel. You gotta wait 5 minutes till we have a breakout. Well, another things also, when you see there is a lot of lines on the top, or if you see there is too much lines on the chart, that means the market is extremely tight and it's gonna be chop. You know, when you see too many lines, especially on the support and the resistance area, where is the position, maybe sometimes you need to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes before you start activating an auto trade. So it makes a lot of difference when you just look at the market for 5 minutes, you know, go around, kick the tires, you know, see what's going on, how the market is moving, and then decide, you know what, I'm going to jump into the ring, or you know what, there is a lot of resistance area here. I will wait 5 minutes to see what is going to happen. 75% they fail to do that before they start auto trading. You cannot just not looking at the charts in the morning when you need to evaluate should you jump in the rain or not, you know, and that it is you have to. You cannot ignore. Like when you're going on a trip, you go around your car, check up the oil, check up the air. You need to go around here, kick the tires, see what's going on in the market. Is the ES running? Is it stuck? Is the lines are close to each other's? Okay, maybe I will wait 5 minutes and then I will go ahead and turn on the auto trade. But you don't just get out of a bed and before you have your coffee, you turn on your auto trade, go take a shower and have a coffee and come back and you find $1,000 there. You know, you see, this is what we were expecting. And this is the difference between the amateur traders thinks when they have their indicators, trading based on an indicator following the market, giving them a wrong signal. On top of it, when they use a ranker bar, now they are totally lost. So now we are in the clear with the NASDAQ, and now it is tradable to the long side once we cross the 8,300 only. And if we, for the question is how to see if there is a chop. If we look at this, the YM picture here, you know, you can see there is a lot of lines. I mean, I'm trying to simplify it. I don't want to go through a lot of whatnots with it. But if we look how many lines resistant and how many lines support, this is one big mess chart. So if I want to auto trade today and I see a big mess at the bottom and on the top, where is the price? You know, skip it for a while. Wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let's have the air clean on the chart before we can take a trade. As an example right now, once we cross those technical points on the NASDAQ, become tradable to the long side all the way to the, but let's wait. You know, I don't want to go ahead of time. And we will be covering that soon. So now let's deal with the short, and once we have a clearance to the long, we will be covering the long. At the moment, we call the trades for you on the ES and the NASDAQ short, and probably the market, it will be dropping to 3105 and this one here to the 82. This is a beautiful call we called for you. And as you see, we called, as I remember, the YM, and it is right there. But the YM, there is a lot of a chop. Don't deal with the YM at the moment. And I'll be quiet for a few minutes, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Oh boy, you can see on the scalpers, they all fired a new signal. They all fired a new signal on the scalpers. You can see how this market going into the chop. Re-entry on the YM again, 27.628. ES, never. Do you remember, guys, if you go back with the video, I said 1175, and look at this market, 1175. The ES is not gonna get up, and the ES is not gonna be long. I will not recommend to take any ES long trade. Don't do that. I will take the Nasdaq when we get the new signal, but skip the ES on the swing trading. It's not gonna do it. It's not. Do not do not follow ES signal long on the swing trading. Leave it alone. A new signal on the ES, do not follow that signal, please. Do not follow that signal. Why? Because you have a resistance right at the entry signal, and as you remember, we called short in this area. Do not follow that buy signal. It's not going to make it. Even if this market did go up, it's going to be stopped at 1475. Do not follow that signal at all. Nasdaq is on the same condition. Don't go long. Now the Nasdaq changed, and we don't want to go long on those in this market. Actually, start getting. If we look at this ES picture, this is what we were explaining. You know why December months. It is a hard month. It is the best time in December to do training, because if we look, we have a major support area and a major resistance area where the price is playing on the ES and is causing that market to get a really chop in that area. So I would not recommend to take the ES. If you want to brush it off and you don't want it to listen and you want to go trade long on the ES, you can put a buy order, limited order, at 1275, but then you have to exit at 1475. So here's the $1 million question: is it worth it to do that? I'm not sure it's worth it. You know, so to put a limited order at 13 level and exit at 14 level, to me doesn't make sense, you know, because this is a lot of resistance, and now we have developed a lot of resistance on the Nasdaq, which this one here is a losing trade before even took that trade, and we are aware of it, you know. So that's why we said do not take that trade. It is a challenge. It is a short month. We have all the way to the 24th, plus low volume, and it is the same story every year, different reason. But at the end of the day, December months is a month to do trading. You know, if you are not good with the trading, it is a very good month to do trading. Trading because or scalping, and because and close immediately or trying to take or cover your trade immediately in December months, because it is chop months. You know, for the last 20 years, it's the same story every year. So everything, every performance drops. Auto trades, manual trades, hand trades, whatever call it, and it drops. You know, and that's why you have a lot of traders. They've been around for many years. They this month's here. They even if they wanted to trade, they lift their trade to a little higher condition and higher standard before they decide to take one trade, because it's very known well months like this you bump into a lot of chops. And like now we just covered the 30-year treasury bond, and it is finished. You can see the ES is not able to break that area here, and we have called it an hour before that this area here uh, went the first time, went short all the way to the support 31075, and now the ES is trying very hard to break that line 311250, and it fell. So that's why we said to you guys, don't go long on the ES. The scalpers are in trouble right now. They're all in trouble except the CL, but the rest is in a lot of trouble, as you see. Uh, Now they start taking a direction, and 30-year treasury bond is about to be done. Done. And rest of the future ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, they are in trouble with the scalping. And then we have the Russell is in trouble, the DAX is in trouble, which indicate the market is in a really chop mood, and it's not getting anywhere. The ES cannot break the 3112, and that is causing the ES got stuck between 311250 and 310750, and it is, as you see, the ES is stuck in that area, and that is a problem in the market when the ES have a lot of support area and a lot of resistance area. So don't expect too much out of the market when it is in that condition. And as you see now, they are extremely tied to each other, those lines. Those are fib lines, you cannot mess with it. So now they are extremely close to each other. They're not spreading out when the market is trending. When the market is trend, you don't see those lines. You see 1 or 2 lines, 3 lines. Now we have 8 lines on one chart between support and resistance, and that it is itself. I'm trying to find an easy way how to indicate when there is a chop market, and that it is a chop market. Again, guys, on the ES, I will not recommend any buy. And I said if you want to put a limited order at 13 level, you need to exit at 14 level. It's not worth it. So at the moment, the ES is not tradable, period. You know, and even if you survived that line, you're gonna get stuck on that line. Then you're gonna get stuck on that line, and then that line here. And there is no way that market condition right now and the volume and everything going on able to break all those lines here. It's a very loud and clear right in front of you that ES has failed to break those area. And the beautiful part about it, we caught it an hour before we told you about it. So this is an extreme chop, and absolutely, Jim, you know, when you see, you know, you've been around, Jim, for a long time. When you see there is 3-4 lines below the market price and 3-4 lines above this market price. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Charles. Don't need a brainer, Jim, to indicate that. But Jim, when we have a problem, as I said before, this is a typical chop chart. This is a very, how to put it, it is a need a Houdini for a guy to trade now this chart here. At least the Nasdaq is a little bit cleaner to trade from, and the YM, it is the same story as the ES. But as I said, folks, we don't need to be stuck with the ES, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones. Normally, when we have conditions like this, we can always try to find different instruments like the CL. Normally, when the markets are like this, but you know, today also the CL is the picture is not prettier than the CL, the ES. Also, there is a lot of a chop area, a lot of support area here. You can see, Jim, and a lot of resistance area. And this has happened sometimes in December when you see things like this. You cannot just say, okay, I'll auto trade and everything is going to be okay. When you see things like this, you know you're going to lose. When you see things like this, you know you're going to lose. You know, so you need to wait. Sometimes right now is 11:05. The market did a good job at 9:30. The market spit out on each chart over 100 tick when we first started. And if you look when the market start trending, it's 9:30, and it nailed a beautiful trend. And the market spikes once a day only. And the market took a trade when the market's open. Whoever took short is done for today. We're done. And when the market hit the bottom, we called it for you. And we told you this is a long trade from that area here. If you go back to the video. And if you take a micro account, that will be very nice because it's only way up. And now the market stopped, and there is nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. Now the market is diving in. So the market did give us a great deal of money at the beginning at 9:30. So if you are trading at 9:30, you would have made over $1,000 on those trades, and it is done. And so right now in the chop market, we have to sit down and wait till the chop is over. Even I don't know how many of you trade DAX. Look at this DAX. Even on a small chart, 15-second DAX, which the DAX is a 3 minutes chart. Look where the DAX is diving into. A lot of chop area in here, and that is not good. The gold also had a problem today. You can see we have from 148.2 all the way to the 148 on the gold. Now it is start spacing out, and it is clear on that side here. But at the beginning, the gold has been doing a beautiful performance this month. But you can see where it was a double resistance in this area here, came into the double support, bouncing back, and now it's sitting right there on 1482. So that's why we said that we from the beginning of this month we said we're turning those auto trades from swing trading to scalping, because we know on this month the best deal is to scalp the market, get as much as you can out of it from 9 to 12 and call it off. That's all what you can do in December month. Even the Forex, I don't know, Jim, if you're still in the Forex. Well, it lined up a little bit better now on the Forex. We have 67 pips on the Forex. And but it's actually not a big number. New signals again. Guys, you can follow the new signals here from the first column. And at the same, you will have a new signal on this swing trading. But at the moment, I will strongly recommend do not follow the entry signal on the ES because of the chop market. I strongly recommend not to do that. So we'll wait a little bit. And but I don't have to call the trade. This is not a trading room. This is an educational room. But you're very welcome on the signal. When this new signal come in on the first column, you can follow it. And when there is a new signal come in on the scalper here on the first column, you're very welcome to follow it. So as long as you are on a sim to the outsider, you're very welcome to copy those trades as long as we're not responsible for your trade. YM, there is no long trade on the YM. There is no long trade on the ES. And when the Nasdaq, we get a buy signal on the Nasdaq, I will look at it and then I'll let you know. I will guide you with it. You know, it's not gonna be very big trade on the long trade with the Nasdaq. It's gonna be you cannot swing right now. But we'll wait on the Nasdaq to give us a long signal, and then we can let you know if you should take it or not. But I would not recommend taking a long signal on the ES, neither a long signal on the YM at the moment. And we will just wait till this starts, the market spacing out a little bit and giving us a little place, a little room to breathe from, so we can trade. This is a very, very, very trouble fibs on the resistance and the support, and sadly, if you don't recognize that, even if you think you are auto trading, you're not gonna. Doesn't matter where this auto trade coming from us or somebody else. You're not gonna make it on the ES if you are auto trading. When you are auto trading on the ES, it's not gonna tell to the fib line move over because I'm auto trading. It's gonna get stuck with those fibs. By using an auto trade, you're not moving the resistance line, and you cannot brush it off. You cannot dismiss what the market is telling you. So for those guys thinking because you are auto trade, this is not your problem. Well, think again, because this is your problem. You're not going to get any performance today on the ES, neither the YM, and it could be also the Nasdaq. You have to understand when the market is going to give you performance and when the market is not. Okay, guys, there is not much going on today. It's pretty flat and nothing is moving at the moment. So we're gonna call it off for today, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Bye for now.